Good afternoon. Demon Phil here, and I'm going to be doing a book review today. Starting up some book reviews on here, and I was trying to think of which one to go with first on here, and then I had a message the other night, and I was able to actually see a book before it even comes out. I am incredibly honored by this, and the guys that did it, they know how I feel about the first one that came out, so we're going to be reviewing Belial 2 today. If anyone knows me, they know that Belial 1 is easily in my top 10 all time comics that I absolutely love. We're going to talk a little bit about this one, find out my thoughts on here, and then I'll give you a recap on here that I think you're going to find very interesting whenever we get to that point. Now, let me go ahead and read the excerpt on here that actually has what this is about so you can kind of find out. This is Belial 2, Chuck Pinot, and Sean Barbour. Follow along as Belial sets out to reclaim what is rightfully his. Belial's power, throne, and claim to hell have been stolen by none other than Lucifer himself. Over the centuries, hell has become a shadow of its former glory. It has fallen from Belial's structure, vision, legendary depiction, and epitome of everything you've come to know of the place of the judged. Now hell is nothing more than a rundown pit of despair, and Belial has had enough. This is the story of a once powerful ruler that finds himself up against epic odds. He must fight his way back to the throne. He will face off against the four horsemen of the apocalypse and Lucifer himself to do so. He's not alone in the underdog powers, loyal followers. Will it be enough, though, or is it all just a futile attempt at achieving former glory and becoming the drunken laughing stock of hell? Now, that is the storyline that goes along. It kind of gives you an idea of what's with it. The book itself, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. It's a black and white book. It is not full color, and sometimes that's something that'll put people off on it and say, it's not as good, whatever. It works for this series. I'm gonna tell you right now, the black and white absolutely works. I can't see it in color because it would take away too much away from the story. By being in black and white, you can actually pay attention to the story more. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in it. No spoilers in any of these book reviews, and there's not going to be any in this one either. But this one is it's fun. So delving into it, black and white that's inside. First thing I want to go ahead and bring up is panels because I always like to go ahead and talk about those. And the way that the panels were done in here was great because they're not your basic, squared up panels and everything. They're some bleed over that goes on some of it. There's it's in your face. It definitely is it has that flow to it. So as you're going through, you want to keep turning those pages, and a page turner in any given sense is a good book. Now for lettering, lettering is amazing on here because it keeps your attention. Plus, you can actually almost hear the different dialogue in there, the different accents maybe from some of them. I swear I heard Chuck's voice in a couple of them. It is great. The book itself, I will tell you right now, this is not a children's book. I want to reiterate, not a children's book. There is a lot of adult humor in here. There's a lot of adult humor in here. There's even a little bit of nudity this time, uh, but it's not a staple for it. So they really don't focus on it that much, which is great. The times whenever it's in there, it has placement. Whenever it doesn't, it's fine. I mean, it is hell we're talking about, so you're going to see some things in there. But the storyline itself, amazing. I can't even specify enough on that. Artwork is on par, absolutely above what it's supposed to be. Uh, I was expecting a lot with it, to be honest, because like I said, the Belial #1 in my top 10 favorite comics of all time, easily. And this one came in, and I read it, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was sent to me the other night before it was announced that it was done. So again, terribly honored, completely humbled by all of this. Sean and Chuck both were like, hey, take a look at it and let us know what you think. So they don't even know what I think yet until I get into this review fully, I let them know a few points on there. I was laughing a lot. At the first one, I laughed to the point of just about tears, and this one was no different on that. The storyline is great. On this one, he takes on pestilence and famine. On the first one, he took on war. So we're seeing the pattern here of how he's taken on the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and then leading up to taking on Lucifer himself. Now, there's a lot of humor. There's a lot of storyline in here. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of, you have to pay attention to what's going on as well, because it is a build-up throughout the series. So this is not one of those things that you go ahead and you read and you're like, okay, it was cool enough. I watch, read one and I'm okay. It's a series that you're getting involved in because there's a bigger story that's falling into place here. I am not privy to book 3 or 4 or however many books they're planning on doing. I'm not privy to any of that information. I'm only seeing pretty much as y'all are as well. I did back the Kickstarter whenever it was out, backer number 1, and I will be backer number 1 on the next ones if at all possible as well. I know that's kind of like a challenge thing, but I'm not missing out on this. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to go ahead and put this out there, this is the Godfather 2 of comic book series. Just going to go ahead and throw that out there because, Godfather 2 is one of those rare moments where the second one was actually better than the first. I feel that way about this one. They are definitely on par to go ahead and keep going with the story, which is amazing. A lot of fun in here. Link is like my spirit animal. If you don't know who Link is, the little imp that's in there, that's his little buddy, love that little guy. If I could have a little mascot for the shows and everything, that would definitely be my mascot right there. In fact, I may have to talk to him about that one, but we'll get into that. But the story is great. It's not your basic, go fight and kill and that kind of thing. It's psychological in a lot of ways, outthinking, chess games for the most part. So again, no spoilers on that, but they have to figure out ways to take down the four horsemen that is a different way of doing so, because the four horsemen are, the biggest and the baddest of the bad. So how do you take them down? Well, there's a few different ways you can do that, and the ways that they thought of doing it is rather interesting. Do not miss out on this. If you missed out on the Kickstarter, I don't know what to say on that one, because you missed out on some of the books that would be available. I'm going to tell you right now, though, if you have an opportunity to get any of these at all, you need to go ahead and grab a hold of them as quickly as possible. Grab the first one as well. I have a few copies that are for sale from myself, because I got a retailer package on the first one. And then I wish I would have done it on the second one as well, but I will take care of that. I'll be reaching out to the guys and getting some more. And I will also have some giveaways that we'll be doing on the shows as well, which will include Belial in there. Since it is one of my favorites, it just makes sense that it's definitely going to be in the giveaways on there. Go ahead and support these people. Bonfire Press, Chuck Pinot, Sean Babor, amazing work on this. They poured their heart and soul into this, and it's only getting better and better. So if you didn't get a chance to do the Kickstarter, reach out to them, reach out to myself. We will get you copies of these books in your hands, and then you can do your own reviews and let me know if this was actually a decent review on this, or if you think something different. But I'm telling you right now, it is a book to have in your collection, and it's definitely a series of books to have in your collection. Demon seal of approval. So until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Book reviews incoming.